Hello, I'm Scott, the breathing guy. I will train you to locate, activate, generate core key energy in physical activity. I'm creating a video series that explores the tennis serve physical mechanics in a new way to bring the racket to the ball. How I created this is I divided the body into three areas. The first area is the lower body. That includes hips, knees, and feet. The second area is spine, the shoulders, head, and arms. The third area I'm going to explore is the hands. I go into finger ergonomics. The hands are composed of wrists, palm, fingers, and fingertips. Understanding how to use your fingers within the serve itself amplifies the force can be generated into the racket. This video is going to go into shoulder rotation. How does shoulder rotation work? What can it do for you? And what is being done? And what I did is I have 3 points of view on shoulder rotation within the serve. The first view is, what do pros do? What do most tennis players do in the serve with their left hand that affects the shoulder rotation? The second viewpoint, I'm going to show you what you can do with the left hand to permit the ability to rotate your shoulders in the serve. And the third point of view, how you can increase your shoulder rotation speed exponentially. I'm talking 20, so fast, it would be unbelievable, which will alter your whole serve totally in perspective. Okay, so what's the first point of view? Is basically, what do pros do? What do most golfers do with the left hand? But the left hand really affects what the right hand does. So let's describe. When people come up, what do they do with this hand? They put. If you look at, watch even Roger Federer, he does this at times, but he also does this at times. It varies sometimes. I've seen him do that both. But most players, when they do, are put their hand here or here. What is the effect on shoulder rotation? You cannot rotate your shoulder. You can rotate your shoulder back, but as soon as you put your hand there, you cannot rotate your shoulder. When I say rotation, can you create separation between the shoulders and hip? That's what you want for accelerated speed involved. So if you do this, come up and you put your hand here, you have to literally bend your back. You're just using your torso to get you speed forward for your hand to amplify. That's why so many pros, when they hit, they lean way back, the ball's in front, and they go way, like, you don't, that's really very physical, but there's virtually no shoulder in. You put your hand there, my shoulder rotation's that far, that's it. But what's the second point of view for shoulder that you can do right now, easy and real easy. So if you serve, if you bring your finger, use this finger here, pull it right here to here, your shoulder rotates. Look at my separation now. If you think about separation here, if you go here, this is my separation. See my shoulder angle? But as soon as I bring my hand up here, I can go extend out 3 or 4 inches. Just if you do this, and here, you got shoulder rotation. Separation of the hips. Boy, most players, it's so physical. That's why so many people get hurt, because you block the very thing you want your hand to do, is go forward to hit the ball. You want your arm to actually, your arm to go forward to hit the ball, and the wrist is what creates a snap. So now, what's the third point of view? Is how do you accelerate the shoulder rotation if you really want to get extra force? I mean, you never have to lean back, you never have to go back. And it's based on the left hand coming forward. How fast can you move your left hand to your shoulder? And this is from a Qigong, that's Qigong exercise approach and a Tai Chi approach, and it's called a push-pull or pull-push. So what you're doing is pulling your hand back as the shoulder rotates, getting this connection where automatically you go like this, and when you want to go forward. So the faster you can go back, the faster that arm moves forward. This right here creates a separation. If you put your hand down here, you get less separation. There's resistance, you can feel it. Don't do it, you can test what I'm saying. First thing, please do, put your hand here, take your shoulder back like this, and slowly, ever so slowly. You notice I have it in a house. I don't want you to do it on the court. This is training. I need you to give yourself time, your mind, to realize what's the sensation of doing the 3 different ways I'm talking about. So the first way, you feel how it's like you literally have to go like that to get any forward thrust. Next way, if you do this real quick, just here, then there is no time to, you just go here and at least you got shoulder rotation. You're just throwing, you're doing muscles. But the third way, once you practice, this is it's like, look at the connection, fast as mine. This is a pull to push. As this whole hand is pulling in, this is pushing out. That's a whole technique, and this is where the second innovation comes in, where I use the core. The more you do core dynamic with breathing. The core is the source of energy and strength, 2 separate things that have to be blended together. Then you have to direct it. And the breath is so important to affect your game, affect your ability. In fact, I always say for endurance, what's endurance? When you run out of breath, you have no endurance. You're out of, you can have all the muscles, everything. But if you can control your breath, amplify your breath involved in your game, you can manage your energy, your strength so much better, and you can have greater endurance in the game. How do you keep your breath flowing is the name of the game on that. But then add the fact that with the core, with the breath, you can amplify your physical where you focus single points and your energy at the same time. That's conditioning, but the core is the generator involved. So understanding those 2, the idea of the 3 viewpoints, test them out on a physical point of view, and also what I teach is using the core as a source of energy strength during the tennis serve, so you can do this action. That's where you need the core, because you cannot have tight shoulders. If you use your core, you have fluid shoulders. If you don't use your core, you're going to have tight shoulders. That's the rule involved. So the more you have the core as the dominant force in depth, the more fluid your shoulders will be, the more agile you can be, the more stable your hips will be. That's just how it works involved. So look for tennis serve swing mechanics with key energy. Anyway, if you would, you want to register for more classes, if you could make comments, I will address comments about this, on how to train. I have a whole exercise approach in developing this. It's a Qigong, a blend of Qigong and Tai Chi movements for individual actions for power. How to use your body in contrasting. The left hand plays an important role in professional games. Believe it or not, even on the back serve, that left hand has an influence on how much power you can generate to the racket involved. How you use that area really plays into your game ability. But creating shoulder rotation, separation, will amplify your serve ability. But for the people that are used to doing this, it's going to take really, especially pros, it's a whole game changer. A whole way of approaching, a whole different sensation, much more agile, much more fluid. Your whole body's more engaged, not just section. That's when I said the 3 areas, the lower body, upper body, and hands, how they all play together. And how do you incorporate the whole process to get that energy, that strength, that force into the racket is the name of the game. Then everything else follows from there. Anyway, this is Scott, the breathing guy. Go out and have a good tennis game, but Do everything I showed you here very slowly so you can feel the muscles and what the muscles are doing. Are they freer or they're tensing up? Are they creating that separation that you want for extra power, the coil effect, or are they limiting that coil effect? So go out and have a good game of tennis. Take it over.